Hi everyone. Well, I guess this is a bit of a, not that I can say to you I don't have snakes that behave badly, because I would put my Tessa in that category, and really only Tessa behaving badly. And when I say behaving badly, well, stay tuned and I'll tell you pretty much what I feel behaving badly actually is and isn't actually. The camera on, because look what this girl's done. And it just goes to show you just how strong they are. I have screwed that up into the roof of this enclosure, and it's, yeah, it was screwed in really tight, but there was a slight, little bit of space, and I mean the most tiniest little bit of space, and she's obviously managed to push it down with that head of hers, and she crawled in there once she got that side down. Now that is a heat panel, and I have it off right now, of course, but the best part about it is I know it hasn't burnt her, and that's why I love the heat panels. The likelihood of her having major burns along her belly, no. And I've got her out a bit and had a look and not been able to see anything, but I will be making her come out, and I will be finding a longer screw to redo this. So yes, I have Jessie, my male jungle carpet python, out, who is coming up, well, he's 4 years old, so yeah, he's a growing boy. I always say that about Jessie, but he's slowed down a bit, guys. He kind of had that great big growth spurt, but now he's tending to slow down a little bit, which is a good thing, because Jessie is not very, agile in his movements, his body, when I'm actually physically holding him. He's a very grippy snake. He feels I'm, going by what he's telling me, feeling relatively insecure when he hasn't got both feet on the ground, you could say. Bit like us. Try standing on one foot and keeping your balance, or feeling balanced, actually, because we can keep balance. I'm doing it right now. I'm telling you to stand on one foot and stand there, but I'm actually doing it, and I'm a little bit wobbly, but I'm older too. I think once upon a time I could do it easily, but I think that's how Jessie feels, like he has only one foot on the ground. Now, holding a snake that is like this can get very frustrating for you and for the snake. It's not a snake behaving badly because it's being held, just a snake that is feeling very insecure. And my diamond python, Sia. Okay, I'm back. And of course I have Sia, my diamond python, with me today to show you. She's still doing really well, except she's a bit of a gripper. She reminds me very much of Jessie in that particular way. Yes, so he's not feeling trouble, but Mum is, because I don't Do you have to tip it on me while I'm trying to stop it from tipping? Sorry, you just see my thongs. But it's a good way for me to level this out a little bit so that it doesn't move too much. But snakes behaving badly. Well, I guess you could say some do. But do you, Jess? Not really. But if you have a snake that is what you consider to be behaving badly, wow, Jessie, you are a strong boy, aren't you? Hey, you're thinking about where you can get up, aren't you? Because you're not near the climbing spot. Turn it around and try and imagine yourself thinking what that snake is thinking at that time. If they're in a defensive posture, they're telling you something. And it is generally, I am quite afraid right now. Can you understand that I'm telling you I'm afraid? And you need to rectify the problem, not the snake. I know snakes that are very defensive and very snappy because they're very enclosure defensive, or as people say, cage defensive. To me, honestly, I perceive that as bad behaviour in my home because I've brought my snakes up to know better. Can I say it like that? And I will say it in terms of, that's the same with my children. You misbehave, and not that you can give snake consequences, but my kids will get consequences. What will happen with my snakes is I put more work in with them. I spend more time with them. I do more things with them to stop that behaviour. Of course, you can do that with children too. Don't get me wrong. You can work with your kids, you can tell your kids, you can explain things to them, you can work around things. With a snake, same deal. You have to do something. If you're not, that snake is going to continue with that behaviour forever. And the longer you leave that, the longer it will stay that way. And I mean that, it will stay, and it will get harder and harder for you to get rid of that particular bad behaviour. Nobody wants a snake with any considered bad behaviour. But if you see something that you do consider to be that, you need to make the changes. You need to help your snake. Now, I love the fact that with the likes of Jessie, Lily, Jack, not so much a Maya, and it's not about a Maya. If I should, I put my hand on her and she will turn around and bite me. I put my hand on a Maya and she will tense, or she'll take flight, or she'll do everything to get that hand off of her. Jessie, well, he just keeps on doing what he's doing because it's just Mum's hand, and Mum's hand doesn't hurt me. Never has. It never will. Now, I've had Jez, if I've not really been thinking overly much about stuff, I've opened the door and he has come straight at my hand, but it's almost not with his mouth open, and he has banged his nose fair into my hand, but he's realised it's my hand. It's not a food item. It's not what he needs to bite, and he connects very, very fast. So you see a snake coming at you with their mouth open, oh, get rid of your hand really fast, because they have full intent on biting you, and that is bad behaviour, and you do not want that from your snake. But that is again them telling you they're cage defensive, they're having a really bad day, and it's okay for snakes to have a bad day. But you don't want them having bad days. You want them having a bad day only to the degree that you sense they're just not in the mood, and it's got nothing to do with them going to necessarily snap at you, but sometimes they will do that. Show signs of raising their head, going back into a little bit of a threat posture, and then it's up to you to go, cool man, I get it. It's not a good day. So long as you know that you can go in a couple of days and none of that is happening, and you can get them out. If you're going in and every day that is occurring, you've got a problem on your hand and you need to do something about that problem. And you may need, hello darling, you may need to pick up that hook and just let them know that you're not going to hurt them, redirect them to be able to actually physically touch them basically. So for me, it is important to touch, to rub your snake. That hands-on is really, really good for them, and a very gentle hand on them. Being able to, get as close to their head, because most snakes don't like having their head touched. But the more you do it, the better they start to react when you actually do it. So I do it with all of my snakes. I can walk past here, I can bump into this, I could stick my foot up, and I know Jesse could care less that he's got a foot wiggling in his face. He knows who I am, guys. He knows that even that foot isn't going to hurt him, because that foot is connected to me. Does that all make sense? I like to have a snake that I can touch, that I can be next to, I can, walk around in front, I can anything. And I know there's no striking out, there's no worry on either the snake side or my side that he's going to get hurt or I'm going to get hurt in any of this. That he's just going to have a good time, that he's completely safe, that life is pretty good when you come on out. You get to chill, you get to, which I will put Jesse up onto the climbing space soon, because he loves it up top, and he'll have a day out for a while. So guys, yes, you can get bad behaviour from a snake. There's a reason for it though. It's up to you to do something to stop it. So guys, take care of yourself, your family, your friends, and your beautiful, beautiful snakes, no matter what they are. Mine just happen to be carpet pythons. Take care of all your animals. Ciao.